I reckon.
Awesome.
So at the start, I'll start talking to the camera, and then I'll turn to you, and from that point forward, we ignore the camera until the end.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I'm at the 2024 Oz Agritech Investor Showcase, and I'm with Weichi from PHNXX Industries. Weichi, how are you, mate?
Good, mate. Nice to meet you.
Fantastic to meet you too. Now, solar power, had a little bit on the channel, had a little bit of stuff about batteries on the channel.
Yeah.
But there are some significant barriers to actually adopting solar power on farms, and one of the main ones is cost. You think you've come up with a platform that overcomes that and can actually deliver power when it's required to the farm?
Yeah, so essentially, rather than the farmer looking at a upfront capital investment into, let's say, rooftop solar and a battery somewhere, our system is modular and it's flexible. You can install it and place it anywhere, and you can still relocate it if required. But I guess on the financing side of things as well, we've got partners with NAB and DLL and the likes that are looking at helping us finance or offer financing solutions for the farmer in terms of, rather than paying an upfront capital cost or going into a chattel mortgage type arrangement, it's actually just a monthly leasing fee matched to their current power bill. So essentially what the farmer achieves is, or the advantage for them is they lock in their power price from now for the next
9 years.
Yeah, and then at the end of that period, they've got an option of either a balloon payment that was designed to suit their current monthly payments.
Yes.
And then they can even refinance that balloon for a third of what they would pay monthly anyway. So essentially they're locking in their energy prices for the next 5, 7, 9 years, and then an option to then refinance a balloon or even just pay it off. And then they've got essentially free clean energy for another 15, 20 years after that.
So what you're delivering to the farm is essentially a shipping container full of battery with solar panels on stands, and they don't go on a roof so that they're more efficient. Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly. So you can imagine how solar panels are currently installed on roofs at the moment. It's basically mounted onto a flat tin roof, right?
Yeah.
So one of the, I guess, ironically, solar panels don't operate as well when they get very hot. So mounted on a roof, they basically can't vent heat. They can't.
And that would shorten their lifespan as well, I imagine.
Lifespan, reduce efficiency.
Yes.
But also, it's harder to clean. So I mean, if you're on a roof, 4 meters, 5 meters up in the air, typically most people don't spend the time or effort or even bring in the right people to come and clean those panels. Whereas if they're on the ground, firstly they're open at the back, so they vent. They operate at the optimum temperature. Easy to clean. Essentially, once or twice a week, just hose it down quickly and you're done. In winter, when it's rainy and all that, you typically maybe once or twice every 2 or 3 months, just cleaning. And then the other side of it is, because we're not constrained by putting things on a roof that wasn't designed for solar in the first place, our systems can be north facing, adjusted to the angle that actually optimizes efficiency. So typically versus a roof mounted system that might not be north facing or might be east west, we can achieve about up to 30% more efficient energy generation just from having them facing the right way at the right angle.
So I can lock in my power bill for the period of the lease, and it's based on what I'm currently paying.
Yeah.
The modular system turns up. I don't have to spend a lot of money on tradies to set it up, because it literally just gets unloaded off the truck and it's plugged in. And if I don't want it anymore, it can be taken off my property just as easily.
Yeah.
How long should this system last? I keep hearing stories about batteries failing and running out of trouble and costing more than they actually deliver. How long would I expect this system to last?
Well, the system is actually warranted for 15 years, so components, so solar panels and batteries, 15-year warranty at 80% efficiency. So after 15 years, you'll still be running at 80% minimum efficiency. And then beyond that, to be honest, we estimate that it should run for 25, 30 years even. I mean, obviously granted, efficiency starts decreasing slightly, but you'd still be at,
But you're still ahead at that point.
You're still ahead at that point, and part of what we're offering is, at the end of your lease period, we can actually, refresh the system, essentially, either replace all the solar panels, the batteries. Because it's modular, it literally takes 2-3 hours to replace all the solar panels on the modular frames. And the batteries themselves, the reason why these ones last longer is that they're not lithium ion, as in the ones that you see in your cars,
Yes.
but they're lithium iron phosphate. So they're actually a solid state battery. So it actually comes in a block, almost like a car battery.
Which makes them safer as well, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Because they're less fire prone.
Yeah,
in the
less
case of
fire
damage.
prone. They're much more suited to solar applications. So they're designed for long, slow, deep cycles rather than fast charging and discharging like your lithium-ion batteries. So they don't heat up as much, less fire risk. But the battery system itself comes built in with fire protection as well. So there's two levels. One is it's a pressure release chemical, and then also a tube with a chemical inside that bursts and douses the inside of the battery cabinet to prevent fires from even starting in the first place.
So perfectly safe on farm as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is really important.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Now you've been trialling this system with some dairy farms, and you found that robotic dairies, normal dairies, the system's coping with both.
Yeah. So it's actually been out in the field in its 10th month now. Mm-hmm. We started off at a traditional dairy with the stalls out in Colac. Then we moved across to a robotic dairy in Gippsland, and then it's now back in Colac on a rotary dairy. So the reason why we did that was, I guess, dairy in particular are some of the heavier energy users.
And there's peak use periods apart from the robotic
peak use periods, and just having plain solar doesn't work for them, because typically, if you look at even rotary dairies where they're milking first thing in the morning and late in the afternoon, just having a rooftop solar system with no batteries or anything, means that they're generating peak power that's just going back into the grid, and they're getting paid nothing for it at the moment.
Getting no benefit.
Yeah, so having the battery in firstly just optimizes the having solar, but then also means that you're not, feeding power into the grid that where you can actually keep and use for yourself. Because essentially what you're doing with the solar system is you're feeding in 70% of your power during the day for 6 cents per kilowatt hour, and then at night you're buying it back again at 20 cents, 30 cents. So it doesn't make financial sense.
Maintenance wise, does the farmer have to know anything or do anything different?
No. So maintenance, the only recommendation from our side that the farmer needs to do is, periodically just go wash it down with the hose. He has access to, on his phone, iPad, computer, to the
see all the performance data.
We will be able to monitor that ourselves. So what we see is essentially how the solar panels are performing, how the batteries are performing, if there's any issues. So for example, if we notice a trend where it's generating less power or storing all that, we can actually then send someone out to have a look at it. The farmer himself basically just hose it down every now and then to make sure the panels are running optimally.
Perfect.
And then as part of the package, we offer a 5-year free service and maintenance. So essentially what we do is once a year we go and do a full...
And make sure everything's
ticking perfectly, and then depending on where the farmer is as well. So typically if you're in Victoria in the south, we have 4 seasons. Twice a year we'll go and actually adjust the angles for them. So during winter we'll put the panels up to 30-40 degrees, and then as the months get warmer, closer to summer and the sun rises higher, we'll lower the panels down to about 10 degrees, so that it's capturing the sun at the optimal angle.
Well, Weiche, sounds like it's a great solution for farmers that want to get into solar, want to fix their power costs, don't want to maintain something else, and want to actually have something that does the job. If you guys want to get in touch with the team at PHNXX, there's a link in the description, and make sure that you subscribe to the channel or you miss out on great ideas and innovations like this.
We've actually also got, we're running a demo day on site in Colac.
Okay, let's go back to that again.
Yeah,
so come a little bit closer, Weiche.
Yeah.
Now you're actually running a demo day at this site in Colac as well,
yes,
so people can come along and have a look.
Yeah. So
when is that, mate?
On Friday the 21st of June from 11 a.m. onwards. We'll provide links, details in the link and all that as well.
Fantastic.
But essentially, for anyone interested, it's a full live demo of the system, so you can come see the system running on site, talk to the farmer, and he's happy to I guess give feedback on what it's been doing.
So people don't have to believe you; they can listen to the farmer that's got the power.
Talk to the person that's actually using it.
So if you guys want to get in touch with PHNXX, or you want to find out about the demo day, hit the description below. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you do, because you get great news like this. Weiche, lovely to see you, mate.
Thank you, Tim. And
best of luck with it.
Thanks for the time. Yeah.
Cheers.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, mate. Was that all right?